Hello everyone, I'm Katie Moritz. Last week I uploaded a video about an iPhone app that I downloaded and thought would help other hammer dulcimer players, so I'm going to do the same thing this week. I recently downloaded this app called Clapping Music. It's a free app, so you don't have to pay anything for it. You can choose to participate in a research project if you want to. I think that's kind of a cool idea, but you don't have to actually do anything. You can just download this app and get started. I think it can really help in improving timing. So I've already downloaded it, which means I've already gone through the little intro thing that tells you about what this clapping music is. It's actually a composition for people just clapping their hands. And you can look that up. You can watch a video on it if you do click about the app. Actually, if you click about the music, then you can actually watch a video of two people performing this composition. But I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So you tap to play. I've already said who I am, so the easy level is actually still pretty hard at first, but I swear it does start to sink in after a minute. So what happens is it starts out, I'm just going to talk about it because I can't talk and do it at the same time. It starts out and there's these little dots and you just kind of tap in unison with the thing which is tapping too. Then after a certain number of times, your pattern is going to move over an eighth note. And the other pattern will stay the same. And then after a certain number of times, you're going to move over another eighth note, and then another, until you've gone through all 12 beats, and you're back playing the same pattern in unison. Alright, so I'm going to try and get started. As I tap, the size of the bubble that gets created by my tap indicates how close I am. There we go. This is the first rhythm. Oops. Okay. So it gives you a little bit of time. If you start messing up, it'll give you a little bit of time to recover before it'll completely kick you out, especially on the easy level. Let's go ahead to the medium level, which starts out, there's no metronome, no click. Okay. So there were a couple areas where I dipped down, you can see, because I was just totally screwing up. But at the end, it kind of gives you, it starts with the blue, and then it fades into red. That doesn't necessarily reflect difficulty, it just reflects how far from the original you are, I guess. And then here's one, and here's one at the end, and you can see which ones you were the most successful at. So, I somehow managed to beat my high score, which is funny because I felt like that wasn't very good. But it looks like 3 was my best run, and I can almost tell, like I could feel myself getting tired of doing it by the time I got back to 1, and I could hear it was like click, 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 click every time I would tap that last time through, so it was not in unison very well, and you can tell, I mean, it's worse at the end than it was at the beginning, but it gives you an idea. So then, at one point, I switched from my right hand to my left hand, somewhere between pattern 2 and pattern 3. I'm left-handed, and I'm wondering, because then during pattern 3, I switched back to my right hand, and oh boy, it goes bad again. So I'm wondering if maybe I'm better with my left hand, but my left hand just got tired. I don't know. Anyways, so that's the medium level, and you could see, you know, when I was starting to screw up, it was gonna boot me out of the game, and then I kind of, you know, you can recover. It doesn't give you a whole lot of time, but you can recover in this one. So now the hard level, which is like ridiculous, right? It's like once you pass the medium level, it says, go to the hard level. Come on, you just passed the medium level. I'm telling you, this hard level, I cannot get anywhere with it. See? Like, I didn't even make it past the first the first pattern. So I think the hard level, they've gotten rid of obviously there's no click track, and I think it might be a little bit faster, although my ear's not that good to be able to tell, but it feels like it's faster. It might just be that I'm having anxiety. But what really is the biggest noticeable difference between hard and medium for me is that there's very little room for error. If you aren't really in unison, they won't have it. So that's probably like getting into the real world of people who actually can do this stuff, you know? It got away from me again. So, yeah. I know at one point I actually made it a little bit further than that, but I can't seem to... I was trying to alternate hands, see if that would get me any better. That didn't work. I'm going to try it again. Okay, that's amazing to me. So I finally got through the hard level. And that was hard. I don't know how I got through it. But look at that high score, 26,843. My previous best was only 17,179. So anyways, I think this is a cool app. I think it can really challenge you and get you because it's not very forgiving at all. So it can help you to improve your timing and sticking with something that maybe is at an uncomfortable pace for you, because that's probably not like my natural pace. But look at that, 3 was really strong again. That's not bad. 11, I felt good in 11. That one seemed like it made sense, like sometimes, well, you probably don't, because if you haven't played this or, used this app, but some of them feel better than others. Some of them you're like, oh yeah, okay, this sounds like it is some kind of rhythm thing. So that's cool. Anyways, download this app if you're feeling bold and try it out. You can always go, I am not going to enter the competition. Wow, okay. You can always go to the practice mode here, and then you can practice each one of these individually. I don't have the patience for that, but I think it would probably be a good idea to practice, because I don't think that I could ever get through that hard level again, at least not in the near future. So yeah, I think that a lot of dulcimer players, including myself, so I'm not saying this to be condescending to anybody else, but I do think a lot of us could really benefit from improving our timing, and this is kind of a fun, challenging app.